Outcome Memories has finally released, and of course it had to release at 5 in the morning, meaning I'm already late to the hype, and 20 billion people already made the typical reaction gameplays videos that I can't even make because I'm a tester and I already know everything. So I've decided that I do like last time and rate the survivors based on how good they are in game. To rate the survivors, I've decided to take into account how good they perform on each map and a lot of micro factors that I'll talk about whenever I need to. Trigger warning, this video is heavily opinion based. If you're a dev and you're watching this, because yes, I know some of you do watch those, please don't take my opinion too seriously. I am one tester among a sea of players, and my voice here has the sole purpose of explaining my opinion and point of view on the survivors. To the average viewer, you are free to debate about my opinions down in the comments as long as you remain civilized and don't get mad at others if they have different opinions. For the sake of making things easy to understand, I will compare survivors with their TD counterpart because their kits are fairly similar. Also, I'll give a little tutorial for every survivor as well, just so you know how to use them properly. With that said, let's start off with the first member of the original trio. Tails is basically an improved version of his TD counterpart, with a more efficient glide and an arm cannon that first has no delay and is a sustained stun unlike the typical sniper that people believe him to be. By all means, Tails still should be played as a sniper. He's not built for head-on confrontations with 2011X due to his lack of self-defense. He's very good on maps such as Not Perfect due to how open it is, even though this map comes with its fair share of issues, but that's a better cut for another video. Tails' arm cannon, and by now I will refer to as the laser cannon as it is in game, is in my opinion one of the best abilities in the game due to how reliable it is. Even without great aim, you are going to be able to stun the EXE, especially at long range, since the further you are away from the EXE, the less you have to turn your camera in order to land your crosshair on the EXE. Though as soon as you're too close to the EXE, it's kinda over. Don't even bother trying to stun him while being chased because of the wind up on your stun. Your glide can save you for sure from time to time, but if 2011X uses charge, you're kinda screwed because he will just fly straight into you, kind of like Tails doll used to do it in TD. Due to that, Tails is heavily team dependent, and it requires a decent amount of situational awareness to make use of your stun on maps like ... that have very narrow corridors and sharp corners. Overall, Tails is a very good character and perfectly fills the role of the sniper among the survivors, and I do believe he fits perfectly the H here.
Give it your best shot!
Oh lord, this guy is powerful. Knuckles is once again a straight up improvement from his TD counterpart in basically every way. He has two abilities, punch and counter. His punch stuns a decent amount, you can charge it in order to make it more powerful, and even has a lunge to help you aim it, making it fairly easy to stun the EXE. The only downside compared to the TD version is that you play a little animation of Knuckles facing where your camera is looking before punching, meaning you can be punished in that short window of opportunity given to the EXE. By the way, you barely need to aim, you literally just need to punch in the general direction of the EXE, and I promise it'll stun him 99% of the time. Plus you can just punch mid-air and slam the floor, making it even easier to stun the EXE. His counter is genuinely an insane ability. First off, it lasts a lot longer than the original block in TD. It's harder to spot than the TD's block. Yes, I know you become highlighted when using counter, but in seeing how much highlights are used throughout the game, it's kind of hard to tell what this very highlight means. And if the EXE hits you while you're using counter, not only will he be pushed back like in the original game, he will be stunned as well. By the way, this stun lasts pretty long too. He also does not care about what map he's on or what team he has. This guy is completely independent from those factors. With all these factors taken into account, I believe Knuckles very much deserves the S tier.
You're late.
Eggman has sadly nothing special going for him. While his TD counterpart was a very solid support, Dr. Eggman in Outcome Memories is severely lacking in general. He only has two abilities, one of them being a short burst of super speed like Elliot from Forsaken, and the other being a force shield that stuns the EXE if Eggman gets attacked while his shield is up. All it takes to make this character defenseless is to simply bait out his shield. Sure, he can run very fast, but it doesn't last long. As long as you have your eyes on him, you can track him down, bait out his shield, force him to use the speed boost, and then he'll be a free kill. With all these downsides, how isn't Eggman lower? Because of his synergy with the Metal Sonic. Sure, it's nothing crazy, but Metal Sonic is still a very powerful survivor, and Eggman allows Metal Sonic to unlock his full potential. As for how map dependent he isn't at all. Sure, his shield is less effective in maps with little visibility or open spaces, but all it takes is a decent amount of timing, so that's kind of irrelevant. Eggman is kind of team dependent, but it's mostly Metal Sonic being dependent on him for healing, otherwise he's okay by himself. To do good as Eggman, all you can do is have a decent timing and situational awareness. You can use your shield to save survivors and win them some time, and use your speed to distract the EXE. Also, I wish the LMS theme could be a point of argument for this guy, because Cracked Empire is genuine banger and I cannot stop listening to it. All things considered, I believe Eggman fits the C tier.
I pity you.
Hey, just before I go on to Amy, could you join my Discord server? I have a new one, there's only 300 people, and while you're at it, please subscribe, that's pretty cool. Amy is a very competent survivor, and I will not hide it. The only reason that Amy isn't in S tier is because of the fact that you need to gamble with a pretty long cooldown on the reroll that can leave you very vulnerable if you happen to have a poor combo of cards. Her kit consists of hammer attack, hammer throw, and reroll. We already talked about a reroll, so let's talk about the two others. Your two stunts are of course affected by gambling, meaning if you're unlucky, you become very unreliable. It kinda takes away the purpose of being a frontliner like Knuckles in the first place. To me, Amy deserves the A tier due to her lack of reliability. Her abilities on the frontline being limited to her luck. To play as Amy properly, you need a decent combo of cards. On screen you have all the cards and what they do, and there's also a link to the wiki down in the description in case you'd like to know more about the characters in general. Cream is the heart of the team, just like in TD. Her abilities are Heal, of course, and Dash. Heal is self-explanatory and is the only reason people play as Cream in the first place. You can heal anyone within reach for 5 HP per second, up to 10 HP per second. It lasts 7 seconds, giving you more than enough time to heal survivors to full HP. You can't heal Metal Sonic, but who cares, this guy already has more than enough. Her second ability is Dash, and it kinda sucks. I understand that giving her a speed boost like in TD would be too much, but it's not even good at allowing Cream to save herself. When using Dash, you have a short burst of speed in the direction you're facing, and if you hit 2011X while dashing, you will take 2 damage in exchange of having a speed boost for 4 seconds. Sure, this is pretty good, but it is pretty hard to aim and leaves her as a very team-dependent survivor. As for how the maps affect her, they don't too much, you just need to be in the back lines and find decent hiding spots to heal survivors. Her cooldown isn't that long. While on cooldown, try to relocate and keep an eye on the player list to see who needs to heal the most. Communication is key as Cream. Make sure that your team knows who you plan on healing to avoid leaving them surprised when they realize that you're on cooldown after healing someone. In priority, heal whoever frontlines. This includes Metal Sonic, Amy, and Knuckles. Sonic not as much because he's a bit of a hit and run character, he doesn't need to be on the frontline all too much. The other survivors come second and you don't need to keep an eye on them too often, unless they happen to be very low HP. Even when playing with a friend, please at least try to heal your other teammates. They need you just as much as you need them, so do your job, alright? All things considered, I believe Cream is an A+ tier.
Hurry up!
Sonic. Finally a game where this guy is playable, and man is he good. Sonic is a frontline support. By that I mean he's the one to open the possibility for chain stunts. After a drop dash, the EXE isn't given iframes immediately, giving time to the others to come in and extend said stun time. He also has the ability to literally run at the speed of light, carrying teammates and bringing them to safety. Playing Sonic requires extreme map knowledge due to this ability. You want to make full use of the time you're given when using peel out, and you don't want to end up bumping into walls too often. You want to carry survivors that are near the EXE and bring them to safety. Make your choice depending on how much HP the survivors have. The lowest HP they got, the more you want to bring them to safety, or at least closer to Cream, if you have one on your team that is. Your stun is pretty easy to land and it's best used around corners, especially in the maps such as ... due to the narrow corridors. Hitting your drop dash 3 times allows you to regain some of your dodging ability represented by this blue bar. This gives you an effective 150 HP, plus the ability to self-heal if you consider the dodging mechanic. Sonic is not map or team dependent. He can fight for himself, and his only true bad map is not perfect. But not perfect in general is just hell to play with for the majority of survivors, and I will not con this. Considering everything, I believe Sonic is an S tier survivor. I promise there isn't even bias on that one. Metal Sonic is just a very good survivor. I promise there isn't bias. I kind of talked about everything in this video that I will link down in the description, and I will just list what he has going for him and against him. He got one of the most powerful stunts in the game, Destructive Charge. This charge allows you to push forward, kind of like in TD, except that it lasts longer. You take damage if you manage to grab the EXE, and you can slam him into a wall as if you were Conquest from Invincible. Sure, you take a solid amount of damage, but oh, don't worry, don't don't lack anything in the health point department. You have 175 HP base. On top of that, you have a damage reduction that is applied at all time and the ability to heal yourself every 25 seconds. And this heal is pretty significant if you're healing next to Tails or Eggman. His downsides are that you don't have a second life, and this is very punishing to new players. To play Metal Sonic properly, you need to stay near Eggman or Tails at all time. Go in whenever you believe someone could use some tanking or a solid stun to win them some time. Use your destructive charge on corners to make a surprise attack, though keep in mind that the controls are fairly slippery, so you need to predict your own movement. Stay on the front line when you need to tank for someone or you got your push ready. Otherwise, fall back and stay near Tails or Eggman. For these reasons, I believe Metal Sonic is in S tier. This is the end of the tier list. Keep in mind that this has been made during the first few days of Outcome Memory's release, and this is going to be outdated in version 0.2, but oh well, at least I did what I liked. As per usual, make sure to join my Discord server link down in the description, because I'm only 500 subscribers away from 10,000 and only 500 away to make this ancient guy obsolete. Anyway, thank you all for watching and see you next time.